Hello everyone, Mrs. Bissot here with Miss Daisy. Now this story that we're going to read you today is called Hen's Feathers, and it is written and illustrated by Katherine Sully and Frank Endersby. In the story, the main character is a beautiful little black hen, just like this little baby that I have here, and her name is Hilda, and it's all about how she feels about her feathers and when a new hen comes to town. So let's find out what happens in our story. And Daisy loves little mini Hilda here. Let's find out what happens in our story.
Hedda and Hilda were sisters, but not from the same clutch of eggs. Hedda was older than Hilda. Hilda had plump, shiny black feathers, sunshine yellow legs and beak, and a beautiful red comb. Hedda was dull and brown, but she was very kind and took good care of Hilda. Every morning, long after the rooster had crowed, the hens all waddled out of the hen house looking for their breakfast. Hilda was very popular with the other hens. She was always in the middle of the crowd, clucking about this and that. On this particular morning, there was a new hen in the yard. She had fluffy white feathers. Soon, everyone crowded around to meet her. The new hen's name was Chantal. Everyone cooed and clucked. What a pretty name! What's more, Chantal had won a prize at the farm show. Everyone wanted to be her friend. Except Hilda. Hilda sulked. Chantal's prettier than me, grumbled Hilda. And she's more popular. Don't be silly, Hilda, said Hedda. You're just as pretty as Chantal, but in a different way. The next morning, Hedda couldn't find Hilda anywhere. Then she spotted the other hens all crowded around Chantal. She went over to see if Hilda was there. You'll never guess what, Chantal was saying. The fox is back! There was no sign of Hilda. Now Hedda was really worried. Hilda could be in big trouble if the fox is back. Hedda rushed all around the farmyard looking for Hilda. Have you seen Hilda? She asked the pig, but he was too busy eating to reply. Have you seen Hilda? She asked the farm cat, but she was too rude to even reply. Have you seen Hilda? She asked the rooster. She was around here earlier, he crowed, disturbing me while I was preening my feathers. Hedda went back to the farmyard just in time to see Hilda. She had rooster feathers stuck to her head and tail and was strutting around the hen house. The other hens were giggling behind their wings. Even Hedda had to admit that Hilda looked silly. That night in the hen house, Hilda was very cross. I don't know why everyone thinks Chantal's so wonderful, she snapped. Hedda looked at her sister. Chantal is a very nice hen, Hilda, said Hedda. Just because her feathers are perfect, grumbled Hilda. The following morning, the hens were all in a flutter. During the night, the fox had been back and the eggs were missing. The hens gathered outside the hen house. Hedda looked around. Hilda was missing too. Look over here, called Chantal. She had spotted rooster feathers near a hole in the fence. They crowded around, gasping and tutting. It was clear to everyone the fox had taken Hilda. The hens did their best to comfort Hedda. She was a lovely hen, they clucked. The best sister you could have wished for. Hedda was heartbroken. Just then, Hilda turned up, wearing peacock feathers. She looked ridiculous, but this time no one was laughing. They were too cross. That night in the hen house, Hilda was very upset. I just wanted everyone to notice me, she hiccuped. You don't need all these peacock feathers, Hilda, Hedda clucked gently. We all love you just as you are. Suddenly, they heard a scuffling and a squawking. Hedda and Hilda rushed out of the henhouse to find the fox with Chantel in his mouth. As quick as a flash, Hilda plucked a long peacock feather from her tail and tickled the fox's nose. The fox froze. His nose twitched, his eyes squeezed shut, and achoo! Chantel shot from his mouth and escaped. The next morning, the hens gathered to hear about the night's events. Hedda smiled to herself as she spotted Hilda. In the middle of the crowd was her sister with her wing around Chantel. And that's the best use for a peacock feather I know, chuckled Hilda as she told the story to her crowd of admirers one more time. The end.
Well, thank you for listening to the story with us. Little Hilda here fell asleep in my hand, and Daisy's helping to take care of her. She loves little Hilda, and in this story, Hilda learned that it's okay for her to look just like herself. She doesn't have to look any fancier with all the things she was doing in the story to try to make herself fancy with other feathers. And she's perfect just the way she is. Just like all of us are perfect, whatever way we look and whatever talents we have, we're all perfect just the way we are. Aren't we, Miss Daisy and Miss Hilda? Well, thank you for listening to the story with us, and we will read to you again next time. Bye.